Hello and welcome to a futuristic 3D Max tutorial. I am your host Freew67 and today I will be showing you how to add bumps to your track with a modifier. Let's get started.
Okay, so how I do this is I select vertices. Say we'll just select a straightaway, but I don't select the outside or the inside row of verts. This way I don't mess up the connection between the wall in the track and the infield in the track. If your infield is attached to the track, well then yeah, you could go ahead and select your infield bit, because then it'll also alter the edge of your infield. But I normally just select just the inside rows. Alright, let's go to perspective so we can see it better. Now I'm going to do this, I'm going to over exaggerate so you can definitely see how the bumps are working. Let's go up to modifier list here and we will select noise. You can move the vertices left or right, but I only usually move them up and down. If you have enough polys in your track, up and down is all you need for your bumps. So scale is how often this happens. So let's do 1. Obviously it didn't do much. Let's adjust our scale. Got a little more action. Cut it in half more. As you can see, more. Let's do 1. Now you can see everything's moving, and we'll over exaggerate. As you can see, it's doing random bumps up and down. As you can see, all we do is change this number and it gives us every time a different output. So we want we don't want really tall bumps, so I'll do 0.5. As you can see, it gives us not necessarily a rough surface, but there are bumps and they are small. But if you hit some of them the right way, obviously you'll feel them more than others. And some you'll probably ramp. If you straddle it, you'll never know it's there. But you can see, so if we want it really bumpy on a small scale, we just go that route. It does the bumps up and down, not just up. And you can barely tell the bumps are there with that. Certain mods will really feel the bumps. Some mods just ride right over them. Really just depends on how the cars are set up. But we'll go back to over exaggerate it a little here. As you can see, it's all about the scale and how tall you want the bumps. Just to give you an idea of the difference it'll do. Now, say you come in here and put 0.5. Now don't right click and collapse this. Export it out, because sometimes I'll do the whole inside of a track at once, or maybe just a corner. Export it out, and if you don't like it, then you can come right back in max. Alright, I want it bumpier. Export it out. Maybe you need it farther apart. It's okay, bumps, but you want a random big bump here and there. Don't collapse it, then keep it this way. Normally I just save the bumps for last. I tend to map everything, get everything set up objects wise, get it working. I'm ready to just about beta test, and then I'll add some bumps in. I normally have people test with me because it's so easy that all I have to do is give them the track GMT. I keep the track in one piece, and then they can test the bumps. But also don't collapse it, because it opens the door for you to create a smooth track and a bumpy track. You can export it out and then just rename it, and then you could have 2 different versions of the same track. And I never collapse it unless I'm 100% sure this is what you go in, turn some laps, this is perfect, then I might collapse it. but you can always reselect it. The issue is you're not going to, you're adding bumps to the bumps. I also sometimes I will just, instead of collapse it, I'll delete it so it's smooth. So if I ever have to come back in and maybe change the bumps around, since it's so easy to do, I'll just reselect them again. And that way, like right now, if I collapsed it, these bumps are solid. They stay. But if I delete, see, the track goes back to flat. Any questions or comments, please feel free to leave it here at YouTube or at my forum, nsrs.joelcentral.com. Thanks for watching.